Hard gel application without filing and simple airbrush design in this video coming up. Hello, I'm Anastasia. Today I have a client with a crack on the natural nail bed, and it might seem like not a big problem since we're doing extensions anyways, but I recommend you to fix this crack first because we're going to use hard gel and it is much better if we fix this crack. I applied Cuba base coat and a few fiberglass strands. From my experience, this is one of the best ways to fix broken natural nail, and I apply them. They stick so well because the gel is not cured. If you notice that the fiberglass is not fully saturated yet, you can add more gel. I have many videos on my channel on how to work with fiberglass, so I will leave the link down below to this playlist so you can easily find them. Then I cure in LED for 30 seconds and I will cut all the excess length because we don't really need that, and we'll add more base coat. This is soak-off base coat and you can use any base coats designed for gel polishes as the base coat for your hard gel application as well. Cure for another 30 seconds and I will remove the sticky layer and file the excess product. My intention here is simply to fix the crack, so if the client by accident will break this nail again, at least she will not damage her natural nail. Then I will take the buffer and buffing the surface because after base coat application the surface will be a little shiny and I want it all flat and smooth, and I need to remove the surface shine from the nail as well since we are about to do gel extensions. Now this nail looks like a healthy natural nail, and let's keep going. I feed the form, apply dehydrator and non-acid primer, and before gel application, this time I will apply gel base coat but on the whole nail, and remember the coat should be very thin and do not touch the surrounding skin. Cure for 30 seconds. Now I will show you a trick of the gel application. I recently tried it and totally loved it. First, I am using polygel to create the foundation. We decided to do almond shape and medium length, so I'm using also the slip solution liquid which prevents brush from sticking to the product, and right now I'm going to create a super thin layer of the product to create the almond shape. I wasn't joking at the beginning when I told you that I will show you a way where you will not really need to file the nail, only the shape a little bit, and to achieve that, I hope that you understand that the application should be almost perfect. So make sure that the shape is symmetrical, that it is all smooth, and this time do not cure until you're fully happy with the shape, because if you won't, then you will need to file a lot. And honestly, there are some things that you cannot really fix just by filing. So make sure it is all even, that one side is not thicker than the other. Now it looks transparent and it's fine since we are going to add structure later. Then I will freeze cure for 10 seconds in LED and pinch the nail. This part is optional, but I always pinch the nails. Now fully cure for remaining 1 minute, and then I'm going to use hard gel. First I remove the form and apply a thin layer. This is my favorite nude color, it's NSI Bodybuilder Cover Pink Warm. I will also leave the link down below to Amazon where you can order it. I always start working with hard gels by applying a thin coat because it will help me to apply the next coat easier, and without curing I take more gel and start going down. So basically I'm working like a printer. The brush is moving back and forth, but I never lose contact with the product. You see, it's always stretching through my brush. It is important to hold the client's finger straight, not to one side, and at this moment I always ask my clients to sit still, not to get any emotional conversation on the phone, otherwise I won't be able to achieve a good result. But this is only for this step. I mean, during filing it's okay if a client is moving a little bit. Now make sure it is all even and smooth. If you're not happy, just come back and fix it. And now I freeze cure for 20 seconds and pinch and cure for remaining 40 seconds. Next step will be basically the same, the only difference is that I will add more product. Now this may seem like a lot of work, and why do I do these 3 steps instead of doing it just one? The reason is simple. We are not going to file it. We are going to do perfect application. Now once again I apply a thin coat, do not cure, since we need a slippery surface to apply more gel, and this time I will be taking more and apply it really close to the cuticle, but do not touch it, and then I will go down little by little. Now keep in mind that near the cuticle we do not need to have a lot of product, while in the center of the apex area we need to have more. So when applying the product, you always need to think about it and do not add too much to the sides. You see, I'm almost adding nothing to the sides. Now, another secret is that all previous steps should be perfect and smooth as well. If on the first step when we were applying polygel you did not do it well, unfortunately it will not matter how well you will do the following steps, because the surface will not be even anymore. So try to do each step as good as you can. Now freeze cure for 20 seconds and pinch once again, and cure for remaining 40 seconds. Now after that we take off the pinching tool, clean the sticky layer, and now you can see that the nail is almost ready. All I need to do is just slightly file the shape to make it perfectly almond and symmetrical, and we do not really need to file the surface. We can apply the top coat right away. But we decided to do some design with my client, and I will be using airbrush, and to do airbrush design I had to slightly buff the surface of the nails. The whole set took me around 1 hour without the design, since we almost eliminated the filing part. By the way, I have an online course which is called Need for Speed, and it is designed to teach you how to work faster. I will leave the link down below. Now to do the design, I'm applying a liquid latex to protect the cuticle and surrounding skin, since we will be working with airbrush. Then I apply 2 sheets of the stencils I don't really use and apply white airbrush. Now take it off and we have a line with the white gradient. It's that simple. And next step will be my favorite, peel porn. We need to remove this liquid latex and basically the design is ready. Super simple, super fast. On the next nail I want to do the negative, like the opposite design, and I will place this line into the center of the nail. And by the way, I didn't have this stencil, I simply cut this stencil paper with the scissors to get this line, and the stencils are special ones for airbrushing. Now make sure that you stick it really well, because if you won't, then the paint may leak under the stencil and the line will not be so perfect. Now when you're done, remember to keep some distance, do not go too close with the airbrush, and I will apply the paint mostly to the center. No need to wait, then you can take off the latex. It doesn't really matter whether you take it off first or whether you take off the stencil, and this is my favorite moment. Okay, now the next one I did the same way as I did the first nail, but instead I will apply the paint mostly to the free edge, not to the cuticle. Take off the stencils first and then the latex. It is that simple. Now this design seriously takes about 5 minutes, but you need to know how to work with airbrush. And for this one I'm going to do the line in the center again and start with the free edge. Now, honestly, the most challenging part in this design is to stick the stencils to the center, so it really took me a while because airbrushing itself is just a couple seconds. By the way, I'm showing you application of the paint in real time. It's not fast forwarded, it's really that fast. You simply click, you spray on the free edge, and that's it. Now we remove it and we have a white ombre line right in the center. And you need to wait for around a couple minutes. This is the regular paint, it's not gel, we do not need to cure it. Take off the latex and then we will seal them with a top coat. And also we thought, since we have this beautiful design, why not decorate one of the nails with some crystals? When sealing airbrush design, make sure that you seal the free edge as well. It is important since this is the paint. Now cure for 1 minute, and for the middle finger I'm adding the bling on gel by Accents, and some crystals to make it look even better. Now cure, do not forget to outline all the crystals so they will last, and this is the result. Let me guys know, what do you think? Have you ever tried mixing polygel and gel? I personally think that this is a great idea and it really helps to save the time. Thank you so much for watching. If you are first time here on my channel, consider subscribing, as I post educational tutorials just like this one every week. And I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!